Hi guys, I'm Rabea.
And I'm Matt.
And this is Sounds Like on Andertons TV.
So this is a very special episode.
Oh, it's a special episode. And we're testing the water with this one.
Yeah, it's a new idea many of you have asked for, which is a Sounds Like with Busting the Bank.
Yeah.
So the idea is that we don't have a budget and
we get free reign.
Possibly even spend as much as possible.
Yeah, that's the plan.
And then I guess once we've had a go with the gear, you can tell us if you thought it sounded different.
Does spending thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds on gear make that much difference and get you that sounding even closer to the artist? And so who's the artist we're doing?
So for the first one, we're going to try revisiting Jimmy Page. Now last time we used a DSL-40, we used an Epiphone Les Paul, the Echoplex pedal and an MXR microchorus.
Yeah.
And to be honest,
I thought we did good.
Yeah, we were really happy with the result.
What happens when you spend £5 grand on a Les Paul, £3,000 on an amplifier? Like, what happens when you do that? Do you get closer? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. So what's really fun about doing an episode like this is that normally we go like this. All the really expensive stuff, we have to go down here.
We're like picking in the...
But this time, we don't even have to waste a second looking at even the standard Gibson range. We're going straight to the custom shop stuff.
Which is all here. Lots and lots of different prices.
And if you look at any of the price tags along here, 4,499, 5,999, it's just insane.
And this is like three to four times the budget we've been setting for an entire rig just on a guitar.
I think that puts it into perspective.
It does a little bit, it does.
Yeah. This is a master build. This is the Blues Master Les Paul.
So there's these inspired by
Oh
series.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, this particular one's inspired by Peter Green. But there is, I've seen the name Jimmy Page pop up over here.
Really?
Inspired
Number 2.
by Jimmy Page number 2.
So let me get this down. So this is, well, firstly, this is £4,999. So you're only going to buy a guitar like this if A, you're rich, B, you're a massive Jimmy Page fan, or C, you lost all the will to live and you've sold everything you own just to buy this guitar.
I think I may have found the number 1.
Have you?
Inspired by JP1. Here.
Right.
Which is, you know, it's similar, but not identical.
They're the same price.
They are, comes in at a cool £4,999.
And obviously when you buy guitars like this you get the most amazing case and case candy and all the...
And generally certificates,
just all sorts of
serial
stuff.
numbers, yeah, all that.
It's a real experience buying an instrument like this. So which one do we go for? Well, kind of convenient that we found Jimmy Page inspired by Les Paul.
Yes, exactly.
Which one? Number 1 or number 2?
Well, which one do you like best?
I'm going to go number 1, I think.
This one?
Yeah, because we've got the Zebra pickup as well, and I just like the vibe. 4,999.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Okay, so we've already quadrupled our budget with one guitar.
Almost. So yeah, that's £5 grand so far.
So we're back where we started.
In the expensive room.
This is in the expensive room. We found our Jimmy Page number 1.
Here he is.
So we're racking 5k already.
Yep.
So now we want an amplifier. And, well, we're in the boutique room, which is where all the really expensive amplifiers are. And I can't take my eyes off the Friedman stuff.
The Friedmans are great, aren't they?
Yeah, although it reads Friedman, but it's fine. We were doing a bit of chatting with some staff here as well. And we were deliberating about, I don't know, do we do the B100? Do we do the small box? I don't know, and then...
There's lots of choices, but there's the Dirty Shirley here, which is, Dirty Shirley head, which apparently will get us close, we very much hope.
Yeah.
Currently about £1,700, I believe.
£1,700.
Just the head, which is very expensive.
It is. And then the cabs are, well, there's a cab here that's £719.
That's for the 2x12, yeah.
So...
well, overall that'd be about £2,500.
So £2,500 for the amp, £2,500 for head and cab.
Yeah.
Plus £4,999 for that.
£7,500.
So that's £7,500. Wow.
So okay, last time we used the MXR micro chorus.
Yeah, and we also used the Echoplex preamp.
Yeah.
Which is here. And to be fair, we ran that on full going through the DSL-40.
The whole time, and it sounded really good.
I thought it sounded great.
Yeah, it sounded great. But whether the amp will just do that anyway, I know Jimmy Page famously did use an Echoplex. So you have seen a tape echo over here though.
Yeah, the replicator by
tape
T-Rex.
echo and chorus, which you'd imagine would get you.
I mean, that will do all sorts of cool effects as well.
It's suitably expensive as well.
It has chorus, it has a bit of delay, tap tempo. It's got a fret. You can push the master to get the front end going as well if you wanted to.
Let's try both.
And that's literally all we need.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let's work out how much it all is together.
Let you know.
So we've got a rig to try and sound like Jimmy Page for £8,300.
Which is a bargain.
Which is considerably more than we spent on the previous Jimmy Page rig. So let's find out if it makes any difference whatsoever.
So we're back in the video room.
We're back in the video room.
Once again, with the first instalment of Sounds Like, with absolutely...
I guess it's like Sound Like by busting the bank.
By eradicating the bank.
Yeah,
the bank
by completely nullifying the concept of a bank.
Yeah, that can...
But we're here, and we've got a rig to sound like Jimmy Page. We did Jimmy Page at £1,500. We got a rig. You know, we got the Epiphone Les Paul, and then we did the Marshall DSL-40.
Our favourite, and we thought we got really close.
Yeah, and I think, in fairness, for that kind of price bracket, I think we did really well.
And let's not knock that rig down.
Not at all.
I think it was ace.
I'd happily go out and gig a rig like that.
Exactly, and £1,500. We said before, but I think this is to it'll help put in perspective how good value that is for a giggable rig.
Yeah.
£1,500. This, we've come in somewhere like 8,500.
Yeah, when you give no consideration for budget at all, and you can have whatever you want in the shop, I guess that's why we've ended up with an £8,500
You end up
rig.
needing to remortgage a house.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just run through it real quick.
Guitar. This is a Gibson Custom Shop Les Paul inspired by Jimmy Page's #1.
So it's worth saying as well that this this guitar is an Andertons exclusive. You can't get these anywhere else. But what we've done is they're kind of based. They're inspired by the new Inspired by series, where Andertons have spec'd the guitars kind of in tribute to what Jimmy Page would have used back in the day, and used the custom shop program that Gibson have.
Yeah.
To create something like this. Yeah, but it's a tribute, and I think a fitting one. You know,
Absolutely.
It's a really nice guitar.
It's worth also pointing out that this guitar retails for £4,999.
Did I hear that correctly?
That's £4,999.
Yeah, so it's not cheap.
You'll have change from £5,000.
You will.
Yeah.
So
that's one way of looking at it.
That's a positive.
Yeah.
So that is running into the Friedman here.
The
Dirty Shirley, the 40-watt head, which is beautiful.
I first heard Freeman amps at the NAMM show this year when we were out there, and I was absolutely jaw-droppingly gobsmacked at how good they sound. And I'm not disappointed now. Still, after all, you know, it's what, we're in April now? That was January, and I haven't heard one since in the flesh until now, and it's still amazing.
Yeah, and you kind of go, that costs a lot of money, but that sounds like a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it sounds just amazing.
And I think this head's about £1,700, is it not?
This one is, I think its current price is reduced to £1,700.
It's been reduced at Andertons to £1,700.
Yes, and yeah, we're running it through the cab here, which is a 2x12 by Friedman, which is just over 700.
The signal chain, obviously we've gone back to the old faithful, the Echoplex, the MXR Echoplex preamp even.
Yep.
And to be fair, we relied heavily on this pedal in our £1,500
we did.
video.
We did. And it's kind of, it works again.
It does, because it just has the tone of Jimmy Page, I guess. In that respect, it leans towards his... Again, it really brings out the pick attack, and it really brings out that kind of sound, so it works really well.
And lastly, we have the T-Rex Replicator, which is our tape echo delay chorus, which isn't a cheap unit, £650, but yeah, it's been sounding awesome.
It will absolutely replicate vintage studio gear, tape, you know, stuff, all that kind of stuff, and it makes this cool sound. Sounds like it's going to take us somewhere.
But it also, I think for £650, it would be scandalous if it didn't come in a very hip and cool carry bag.
T-Rex bringing it large with a nice...
It's beautiful, and lots of little accessories and bits and bobs in there, including cotton buds to clean it. But yeah, all good.
So we've got we've got the Echoplex and the Replicator running, and they're both in front, and I just threw my pick on the floor, but that's fine. Essentially, it's just one of those ridiculous guitar amp combinations that you just get a great sound without anything.
And it's also very, 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 very loud.
It's very loud, yeah.
Especially sitting right here. So I hope that comes across.
All pedals off.
Everything's off.
Is that off as well?
That's off right now, yep.
So this is just guitar, Jimmy Page #1 Les Paul replica, inspired by Into the Friedman Dirty Shirley and Friedman 212. And the gain is not even at 2, it's just shy of 2. So. So that sounds awesome.
It sounds good, doesn't it? And it's kind of, we've used, well, it just does sound amazing.
So Echoplex on full as like last time.
So we used it, we dipped it down for some bits, and then for some of the leady bits we had it on full.
So I say put it at halfway, I'll play and you then dial into full, alright?
Okay.
Push it in.
Halfway.
Wow.
So that was halfway up to full and back down to halfway again. So yeah, it really, really works again. Like, and it's quite amazing the difference in guitar and amp.
Yeah, it's
but
insane.
Still, this £117 pedal is kind of
still doing the
saving
job.
our lives. Yeah, it's good. the Tape Echo replicator is... So this has essentially 3 delays in it, a really short one, a longer one, and then a combination of both, which kind of gives you like a... Yeah, they kind of bounce off each other in a way. So we've kind of been using a little bit of slapback delay really for a lot of the sounds. Then for some of the cleaner stuff like the intro to Stairway, we've used with a lot of chorus.
Just blending a bit of it, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe a bit more delay, but it's a really cool sounding thing. So that's a really short delay, and then we have the longer delay.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it is incredible, to be honest. Like, I mean, there's very, very many good digital modelling delays, and
but when you got a real
now,
tape,
but
doing
you can
it.
even. I don't know if you can hear that in the room, but that is the sound of whirring little cogs.
That is tapes whirring.
So this is fairly legit, and I guess compared to the last sounds, like this is way more reminiscent to what you might have expected back in Deer.
Yeah. I would say that we would be doing an injustice in this video if we did not let you hear how the Dirty Shirley sounds without any pedals with the gain cranked. So I'm just going to say that. So let's turn all this off. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. And I'm going to crank the gain. Got the gain at about 6. And let's see what it does. Absolutely awesome.
Massively controlled as well. It's not like over the top or feeding back or anything.
I mean, considering that, yeah, we put the gain at just shy of 3/4, it's about 2 o'clock, and it can still keep going. And also, it's not as loud as we've just had it with the other stuff, because I figured if we're going to crank the gain. But if you give this a good run up to about 4 or maybe halfway on the master, crank the gain, you will get some of the most beautiful tones you can probably get out of a modern guitar amplifier. Well, that was it. I suppose this is the video. This is the Sound Like Jimmy Page by busting the bank, by eradicating all need for a bank.
Yeah, and so let us know how you think we've done in the comment section below. If you think we could have spent more money, then we'd love to know how.
Yep. It's also worth pointing out that we've put the link to our Sound Like Jimmy Page without busting the bank video in the description box. Yeah,
and we'll also stick links to the matching cab for the Friedman, just in case you're interested, and the combo version. So if a head and cab's not your thing, or just so you can have the other options, that's there for you.
So yeah, let us know how we did. Links in the description box below as always. Let's open a debate. £1,500 Jimmy Page rig or £8,500 Jimmy Page rig. Which one do you think sounded better? And on that note, I've been Rabea.
And I've been Matt.
Good day all.